This realm is true. If you ever...
Ah, there you are. You appear to be in good spirits. A chat of the idle variety? Unhappy? Nothing of the sort. I'm just thinking, observing, or planning. However, I appreciate your concern. I didn't mean to worry you. How perceptive of you. Yes, I am. Whether it's human avarice lurking in the shadows, or a conspiracy from outside the human world, evildoers are only waiting for us to let our guard down. This is not what you wanted to talk about, is it? That's a given. But I will also try to find some conversation topics that align with your interests. Ah, you appear to be in... Yes. Take a sip of this. It's an alcohol-free beverage based on a long-standing family recipe. But I put my own spin on it. The look on your face suggests that was rather to your liking. Well, I'm glad. I tried to adjust the recipe to match your taste. And from the looks of it, I succeeded in doing just that. Now, I have a favor to ask of you. This drink hasn't been named yet. It wouldn't be appropriate to use its original name, since the recipe has been modified. Well, it was made to suit your tastes. It's only fitting that you name it. Or perhaps I should name it after you. I suppose you're right. Well, there's no rush, so take your time. I can always make another glass for you if you forget how it tastes. Anywhere, anytime.
This route. If you ever had.
A sword, a good billet. So, don't.
Ah, you've arrived. I couldn't help but notice how busy you are these days. If you could manage to find the time to sit and enjoy an opera together, or share a pot of tea, taking a moment to slow down and enjoy the finer things in life is always beneficial to your body and soul. Yes, that would be perfect. I've been meaning to ask for your guidance on many things. It's just that you've traveled extensively. You have much experience for me to draw upon. I must respect you if I wish to gain from your experience. To be completely honest, there are times I have considered giving up the opera and taking time to travel around faraway nations. But things are always busy in the troupe, and I've just never found the right opportunity. After traveling to so many places, I'm sure that you've learned many different customs. Would you mind sharing some with me? For example, the swordplay of the knights in Mondstadt. What's that like? Does it differ from that of the martial artists we see in Liyue? I've also heard that the swords produced in Inazuma can cut through nearly anything. How do they forge such sharp swords? A fighting style that flows like the wind. I wonder, are they capable of even manipulating the wind in combat? I want to hear all that you have to say. It truly is fascinating. I'll be sure to prepare some more questions for the next time we talk. Of course, I'll be sure to make our conversations worth your time as well. I will prepare an appropriate gift for you as thanks for answering my questions. Ah, you've arrived. If you could manage... Yes, now that you mention it, there is one thing I have been meaning to do. When I was a child, my father often told me legends of the Adepti. I remember that one legend in particular made mention of an Adeptus abode in Dreyun Karst. Yes, that's right. The legend had it that Adepti could drift upon beams of light, ride lightning, and leap into the sky to ascend to their abode. From their lofty dwelling, they gaze to and fro, drifting over land and sea, they know not the world below. My father would have a mesmerized look on his face whenever we got to that part of the story. But though the story has been passed down all these years, no one has yet to ever see such an abode. It has always been my dream to go and see such a place one day. I would even like to perform an opera there, letting Adepti and people alike hear my voice echoing through the lands. No, really? I mean, I know that your words are sincere. It's just that you answered so quickly, and I haven't even decided what opera to perform or what costume to prepare. Thank you very much. That's most kind of you. All right, I have some ideas. I think for the performance, I will sing a selection about you and your dealings with the Adepti. As for the costume, I was hoping you could give me some creative input. All right, it's settled. I'll start practicing today. Actually, why not start right away? No time like the present. I must make sure this performance turns out perfect.
Hello. Looks like you're pretty free today. Sure, why not? Though I should warn you, most people aren't exactly enamored with my conversation. Well, for example, a colleague once asked me, "Is there anything I can help you with, Miss Kuching?" To which I replied, "You can start by worrying about your own work rate." After that, they never approached me again. Another person asked me, "Do you have any gift suggestions for Lady Ningguang?" To which I replied, "Don't bother, Ningguang has no time for suck-ups." Yeah. Anyway, so now you know. Yeah. I just think if you've got something to say, there's no point mincing your words. Sugarcoating the facts, kind lies, it's all a big waste of everyone's time. I could care less what those people think of me. But your opinion? Well, that might make me think twice. Hello. Sure, let's arrange an evening when both of us are free. A little while ago, I took some time to survey every inch of this place. I found 3 locations where the scenery was quite beautiful. It really resonated with me. One of them was perfect for stargazing. So, are you interested? It's not really a hobby. Personally, I consider it a reward for completing a stage of my work. Rare blessings like these, we mustn't let them go to waste. Now that I know you don't have any reservations, you better go and work it into your schedule. The sooner the better as far as I'm concerned.
Hello. Oh, it's you. I remember you. I want to get a pet finch. Then we can look after it here together. If you find some seeds I can feed it, we can build a nest so the wind and rain won't disturb it. I will take it on walks during the daytime, and it can stretch with me before bedtime. Yes, I will be a good role model. I'll protect it. And you too. You, Chi-Chi, and a nice little finch. That would be quite nice.
time is it? There's no like or dislike. I'm not particular with my residences. But it is certainly more comfortable here than at the cathedral. At least no one's going to wake me up for morning prayer and prevent me from catching up on my sleep. There's nothing to thank me for. Never mind. I know you mean well. Perhaps I'm more comfortable here than I thought I was. I'm getting soft. That won't do. Sure, but let me make this clear. If you're looking to confess, you should go find someone else. So I was on duty this one time receiving confessions from believers, and it was hard enough to make sense of their jumbled confessions, but then I had to use useless words like, "May the Animo Archon bless you," to make them feel better. Ugh, Archons have mercy on me. However, a lot of people believe that misfortune and suffering will never touch them because they're blessed by Barbados. I mean, sure, if this way of thinking makes them happier, then they can keep believing. Wait, was it Bartobus or was it Barsabedo? I feel like I said it wrong again. Yeah, let's go with that. Barbados it is. Also, thanks. Being able to talk to you so casually without having to worry about being nagged is quite the luxury. Let's go to the tavern. We'll drink to our heart's delight, and who cares if we get drunk? I never allowed myself to get drunk. I used to think it was idiotic to leave yourself vulnerable in front of others. But my perspective on that has changed. Maybe it's because I trust you. But that's beside the point. Angel Share or the Cat's Tail? Which one you want to go to? Oh, interested in their special cocktails, are you? Their bartender doesn't work every day, but we can try our luck. You'll throw back a couple of drinks with me, won't you? Never mind. I'll drink for you. Just return the favor when you're of age.
Well, hello. I didn't expect to see you again so soon. Oh, I feel quite at home already. Although, I feel that at home doesn't express my feelings in their entirety. Surprised is more how I'd describe the feeling I had when I first set eyes on this place. Exactly that. It's more beautiful than I imagined. It's been a while since I moved here, though, so the initial sense of surprise has mostly worn off. Now, this place feels comfortable, like somewhere I belong. Who'd have thought? Well, hello. I didn't expect to see... You've come to the right person. Speak your mind. I'm more than happy to keep you company. Though it's too bad we don't have anything to wet our whistles with. Well, largely because I like the taste. But I can't deny that I also like how it makes me feel. Oh, really? Just from listening to me describe it? Despite having never tried it yourself? That's quite a unique talent. I have to say, though, that chatting with you is quite intoxicating. Actually, in much the same way that drinking is. So, I suppose, I'm just greedy and want to enjoy both of these pleasures at the same time. What an interesting metaphor. I hadn't looked at it from that angle. Let me think. Your analogy seems largely correct, save for one small detail. You, of course, are the main ingredient in said cocktail. Well, hello. I didn't expect... You're already here by my side. What more could I ask for? Though, I would like to know one thing. Is there any way in which I can be of assistance to you? How flattering. As always, I speak only from the heart. Nothing would make me feel prouder than knowing that my words of advice are of some help to you. That would imply that you trust me and proves that I am capable of helping you solve your problems. In fact, would you like me to compile a guide for you? It would contain all kinds of practical knowledge for at home and on the road, including the techniques I have developed for communicating with people from all walks of life. I'd like to share it all with you. My pleasure. I'd better get to work then.
Let the wind...
Of course. It's always a pleasure to be in your company. Is there a particular topic that you wish to discuss? Only a few simple songs. It's really nothing to brag about. But I'm completely unprepared. At the very least, let me practice first. Okay, I will do my best. Let the wind... Perhaps you could join me for a walk? I have taken what you said recently to heart and tried to make a few adjustments in my life. Of course, I still push myself to complete my work when performing my official duties, but when I'm with you, I'm now able to unwind. This is all thanks to you. This whole time, you have been a great companion to me. You are always so considerate of my circumstances. It would be shameful if I didn't at least recognize this much. So thank you. Truly. We should walk while we talk. I still have so much I want to say to you.
Hey there. I sure get to see a whole lot of new things traveling with you. I gotta say, I'd love to watch Silence try and wrap his head around this, teapot of yours. Of course. I want to go out exploring with you again. Visit new places, see new things. On that note, I've been meaning to ask you something. When we've been out on the hunt in the past, I've noticed you've actually got an edge over me. How did you learn to hunt like you do? Or rather, who taught you? And modest about it, too. So I guess you started out with natural talent and then worked at it relentlessly. Plus, you go on all these adventures to hone your skills. That's what really shaped you into who you are today. A lot like me, I guess. I started out okay, and Rost really trained me up. He was a great hunter, and an even better man. I hope he'd be proud of who I am today. Thanks. But to be honest, the only reason I started training in the first place was to win the proving and get a boon from the matriarchs. I wanted to know who my parents were. Back then, I never thought I'd be uniting everyone against an evil machine and its army. In fact, I probably would have found the idea of everyone uniting together even more far-fetched than the part about the evil machine. If you ever do have the chance, you should take it. My world has its troubles, but it's worth seeing. And worth saving. But didn't you tell me before that you aren't from this world? You came here as a traveler too, didn't you? And you ended up staying to look for your missing sibling, correct? Don't worry. As long as she is still in this world, the two of you will meet again. That's if I have a say in the matter. As a fellow Outlander, I won't let you do this alone. I'll be ready to help whenever you need me. Wherever the hunt leads, I won't turn you down. In the meantime, when you have a moment, tell me more of what you know about this world. Starting with hilly churls, abyss mages, and geovishap hatchlings. I still don't know where any of their weak spots are.
look who it is. To what do I owe the honor? Or did you just need my help? Not bad. The courtyard furnishings are very nice, and the scenery in the distance is really one of a kind. So yeah, I think I'm gonna enjoy my time off here. In my own home, of course. My home's located some way outside of the city, in a very quiet and peaceful area. Judging by the look on your face, I'm guessing you've fallen for the rumors about me being very wealthy and having high demands for my standards of living. Seeing isn't always believing, and if you can't trust your eyes, you certainly can't trust rumors. Bingo. I think you got it. Seems like you're learning. If you live far enough out in the sticks, you have plenty of legitimate reasons to ditch work. The mountain path was blocked, or you ran into some treasure hoarders en route. Not to mention that if you live in a packed and bustling city, it's much easier for people to trace your steps. This creates all kinds of issues, and gets in the way of my ability to track my targets. That said, since I'm free to come and go as I please here, it would be a terrible waste for me to not use it as a backup base. You wouldn't mind that, would you? Oh, to what do I owe the... I would be delighted. We should make some tea, too. Sipping tea, chatting, just enjoying the time off. It's a great way to recharge. Hey, you're friendly with Raincomer, aren't you? I hear she's a tea drinker, too. Why don't you treat me to some choice tea from her personal collection? I'm just pulling your leg. She let me try some of her tea already, and we had a lovely chat. The key to making sure a conversation goes well is choosing the right topic. For chatting with you, let's go with tracking techniques, ambush essentials, expanding your network of contacts, and setting up lookouts. Well, if you were just looking to shoot the breeze with me, I can get on board with that too. You know me, role-playing's one of my biggest strengths. Seriously though, I think the topics I mentioned are the ones really worth sharing with you. The things I've learned come from a mix of secret techniques taught by the Millilith Scouts, real-life cases of competition in the business world, and the experience of various overseas organizations. For someone like you, this knowledge is going to come in handy sooner or later. Once you've mastered it, you'll be able to avoid being pushed around by those in the know. Anyway, just remember to come to me if you ever want to improve in these areas. I'll teach you everything I know. Oh, to what do I owe the... Isn't this your time off? You should do something that isn't too mentally taxing. Oh, I have some dice in my pocket. Why don't we have a little fun? I'll roll the dice, and the score decides who confesses. If I roll a 1, 3, or 5, you have to confess. You have to tell me a secret that no one else can ever be allowed to know. If it's a 2, 4, or 6, then I'll be the one who has to reveal an important secret to you. What do you say? In other words, you still have some reservations towards me. But the good news is, you passed the test. The fact that you'll keep some cards close to your chest, even in front of a major ally, actually makes me more confident in you. Maybe you'll make a successful intelligence agent yourself one day. I'm excited to go up against you. Oh, to what do I... Morning. You don't seem to... Oh, to what do I owe the... Morning. You don't seem to have... what do I... Morning. You don't seem to have... Oh, to what do I owe... Morning. You don't seem to have much going on. This food street is great. It really captures that urban feel of Chihu Rock. You've got to have a proper breakfast to get yourself in the right mood for work. Also, if you keep an ear open when you're at one of these roadside eateries, you can usually pick up a few useful snippets of information.
we meet again. Huh. This place seems in good order. Though it is not as extensive as the Kujo clan's estate, I find it comfortable enough. So everything here was built according to your designs? I did not know you possessed such abilities. If we ever need to expand the Kujo clan residence, I'll be sure to find you. I have not yet mentioned any specifics, and you already agree so readily? Huh. Either way, I'm not here to twist your arm. You needn't worry. In fact, there is little that can be changed about the Kujo clan residence. I mean, it would never become a place like this, at least. I've never visited a place filled with such vitality and happiness.
This route...
At first glance, this camp seems organized along arbitrary lines. But on closer inspection, the underlying principles become clear. I would even say they are rather inspiring. Was this an accidental achievement on your part? Or have you studied the art of war in great depth? Either way, in accordance with established military convention, those who demonstrate outstanding capabilities ought to be rewarded.
Hi. Good night. I hope you sleep.
Hey! So, what's... Good night. Rest well, therefore.
streets. They're always super lively and beautiful. I especially love climbing onto the roof and looking down at the crowd going about their day. It's incredibly fascinating to me. Actually, while you're here, why don't you also give it a try? The weather's great today. Although, now I think about it, the weather here is the same every day. Oh, is this like a user feedback form? Time to get serious then. First, 5 stars for the environment. The view here is beyond breathtaking. I'm talking a once-in-a-lifetime kind of experience. And on top of that, there's definitely some kind of yokai power here that I can't put my finger on just yet. Second, 5 stars for comfort. I've been getting some great night's sleep in my box. There's been no noise, no bright lights, no nothing. I couldn't have asked for anything more. And finally, another 5 stars for service. There's really nothing for me to nitpick in this category. You deserve all the praise. I'm the one that should be thanking you. Huh? Did I miss one? Oh, wait, I get it. This is the open-ended question where I can mention anything that hasn't already been covered. Oh, right. Let me think. I've taken quite an interest in that huge emerald finch. She looks chubby and fluffy and seems to be going through life without a care in the world. A teapot spirit? You mean like a Tsukumogami? Are you saying her original form is an actual teapot? Or are you saying this is in fact her original form, but she can turn into a human girl just like me? Oh, this is so exciting! You have to introduce me to her.
this route. If you ever...
What a spacious kitchen! With all this equipment, we could provide enough marching rations for an entire company. Being here reminds me of the gatherings I had with my teammates. Although I can't drink with everyone, I'm happy just to be part of the conversation.
Hello, looking... Hunt.
Oh, when I was complete... Morning, cute. I'm sure you're but if you find yourself...
This kitchen looks like a convenient place for not only cooking, but also making decoctions. Thank you for inviting me here. This small stove will do nicely, and I already have all the other equipment with me. It's a great relief knowing I won't have to keep my patients waiting. Thank you. They say that a person's residence is an accurate reflection of their character, and I find it to be quite sensible. Now that I've seen your realm within for myself, yes, you indeed possess a most intriguing character. My way of living differs slightly from those of others, but please don't worry about it. I've brought everything that's important to me. After all, it's a doctor's responsibility to take care of themselves first and foremost. Just a few things for my personal use. I'm not in the best physical condition, and have to take my medicine as soon as something begins to flare up. That's why I carry a medicine box wherever I go. Apart from the medicine, there are also quite a few bottles and jars in my possession. They're heavy and take up a lot of space, so I didn't bring too many of them along. Thank you, but there really is a lot. You're the owner of this place, and I don't want to take excessive advantage of your hospitality.
Look at him, mincing his words and trying to be polite. Let me explain. If you ask me, a lot is a grave understatement. You wouldn't believe how many of those jars there are. It'd probably take more than one empty room for everything to fit. Think twice before you say yes.
Let me write up a list then. I'll ask Gwei to bring them over.
You seriously think he'll be able to carry everything on his own? Even if he got Chi-Chi to help, it'd still be impossible to bring them all in one go.
Perhaps I should take a trip back to the pharmacy to pack everything up, and have them delivered a few boxes at a time. Sorry, I'm a bit of a hassle to deal with. They say that now that I've... What topics might you be interested in? I don't want to bore you with abstruse pharmacology, and you probably don't need to listen to my suggestions on healthy living.
Weren't you rambling about your bottles and jars? I think they're good conversation material.
That's right. Apart from herbal decoctions, I sometimes also prescribe topical medications for my patients. Topical medication often comes in the form of ointments and tinctures. The ingredients are complex and require a precise mixing ratio, so making them is a rather complicated process. Of course, I wouldn't expect my patients to be experts in medicine, so I usually make everything myself. The pre-processed ingredients essential for making the medicine are all soaked inside the jars.
Yes. There's lots of excellent stuff in there.
Mostly just herbs. Some contain potent toxins that must be processed before they can be used. While we're on the subject, I have to remind you that to some degree, all medicines have detrimental side effects on the body. The issue is not limited to a few specific ingredients. Even the mildest medicines have the potential to do more harm than good if they're not used with caution. You should refrain from taking medicine unless it's absolutely necessary. Mild discomfort often resolves itself with time. So, if you ever feel unwell, you should check in with me before taking anything. It always pays to be cautious. I had to tell you this even at the risk of sounding insufferable. They say that now that I've anything I want to do? The human lifespan is limited to no more than a century, and we often find ourselves with endless desires and insufficient time. But we don't have to start being all deep and existential in a casual conversation. There's actually something I'm planning to do. Liyue Harbor is a large place. Sometimes people get severely injured and become incapacitated, while others may land themselves in situations where it's difficult for them to ask for help. In either case, it is often well past the golden hour for treatment when the doctor finally arrives at the scene. People often wish for doctors to become more efficient, but I'm not able to teleport between places, and as a result, the best window for treatment is often missed. In situations like this, the patient should first try to help themselves. There are many ways to render self-aid before help arrives, but not everyone is aware of them. As a doctor, that's something within my power to change. I'm thinking of coming up with some ways to teach people basic first aid. I've drafted a preliminary plan, but I still need to go over a few details to make the whole process more efficient. Having someone to listen to me while I think aloud at length is already a great help. I'll make sure to go over the details with you once I've put together a better plan. I might need your help again when the time comes.
Oh, it's perhaps you have come. Good morning. Oh, it's you. Perhaps you have come just to... It's much livelier here than the plane of pure silence and tranquility that I'm used to. No, not at all. Clamor and commotion are strictly external. My inner being shall remain tranquil as ever. Thank you for your concern. Will you remain here a while longer? With you by my side, though our mouths stay silent, my heart is at peace. Your companionship. This is one change that I shall not contest. Oh, perhaps you have come. Yes, I just so happen to have something that I would like to ask you. I would like to know how you make such delicious desserts. I mean, they certainly seem to suit my taste. I see. Though your attempts may fail, you will not give up future attempts because of a temporary setback. By making adjustments along the way, you compile what you've learned and accumulate experience. Is that what you mean? I see. I'll be sure to remember that. Now that I've benefited from your experience, I'll try to follow your instructions the next time I'm attempting optimizations on the Shogun. Haven't I already mentioned that I cannot make food? However, the advice you gave me will benefit you as well. With a more powerful Shogun, I will be able to protect you from a myriad of dangers even more effectively. Oh, it's perhaps you have come. Yes. Unsheathe your weapon. Then I will come again once your preparation is complete. I have time. I will use my blade to confirm whether you are out of practice or not. Naturally, the moment that blades are crossed in battle also becomes a kind of eternity. I shall use this moment to feel your inner being. A simple and direct method, yet more clear than any language could convey. It even allows me to verify my own existence. Huh? So you could see through my guise? Oh, I thought my impression was accurate enough. Never mind. I'll be honest with you then. I desire to spar with you. After all, few have ever proved capable of withstanding my blade. It would be a pleasure to train with you. However, I feared that you would be hesitant to strike me, so I used the identity of the Shogun. Oh, you don't refuse. May I assume you accept then? You should prepare yourself. I certainly won't go easy on you.
What are you up to? For once, I have the day off. I'm gonna make the most of it. Sure, I'm not exactly busy right now. If you've got any questions, ask away. I think you may have misunderstood me. I have nothing against any shrine maiden. It's not even that I detest the profession. Believe me, I know every job comes with its challenges. The simple fact is that being a shrine maiden is just not for me. The reasons are complicated. Let me think how to explain it. You're gonna think this sounds childish, but yes, you're right. Sometimes I just can't stand my family. I know they only wanted the best for me, but trying to achieve that by planning out every aspect of my life just made everything unbearable. They always treated me like I was a child. Felt like they had to constantly nag me to make sure I didn't slip up. Every time I received a letter of complaint saying that I wasn't warm and friendly enough, they would be on my case about it for days. I just don't like to smile, that's all. Doesn't mean I have any animosity towards anyone. In a nutshell, I prefer to work jobs where the metrics are clear and where I can see the actual results of my efforts. Jobs like that come naturally to me, and they give me a chance to show my family that my choices aren't worse than theirs just because they're different. But the most important thing is that I no longer have to force myself to do something I don't want to do. I can live a pretty free life. What are you up to? Actually, there's something I'd like your help with, and it has to be you. I'm working on a migrant housing scheme. I know the different policies for migrant workers purchasing real estate in the different nations, but I don't know much about the local cultures. What kind of things do people living in different areas need to be aware of? What are the local gangs? Who are the local power players? You've been to a lot of places. Could you give me some pointers? What? No, this has nothing to do with the Arataki gang. I'm just helping a client with their migration prospectus, and I'm gonna take the opportunity to go traveling for a few days. I'm working on something else for the other guys. The Arataki Gang's Comprehensive Guide to Surviving and Thriving. It's progressing nicely. You know what those numbskulls are like. They aren't mean-spirited, but they do cause no end of trouble. I can't be around them all the time. In the long term, something's gotta change. If you say so, I'll hold you to it. Oral agreements are just as binding as written agreements, you know. So, if I do end up leaving the Arataki Gang and come looking to you for protection, you can't say no, okay? Tubby can be my witness. But for better or for worse, it's probably not gonna happen. I don't like to rely on anyone. It doesn't suit my personality. Everyone who's trying to make their life work deserves to be happy, regardless of what direction they've chosen. Same goes for the Arataki gang and I as for you and me. No matter where the future takes us, whether we stay together or part ways, we'll always have each other's support, won't we?
Oh, hey. So, how... Night. See you tomorrow.
This realm...
I've been burning the candle at both ends recently, with nighttime guard duty for some of my clients in between delivery jobs. We take turns, but it still means I rarely get to sleep the whole night. That's on top of the fact that getting proper rest on a delivery job is impossible. I doze a bit, but sitting up so that I'm ready to leap into action at the first sign that something's amiss? It's so nice to have a break from all that. I'm so ready to switch off and get a good night's sleep.
They say that a person's residence is an accurate reflection of their character, and I find it to be quite sensible. Now that I've seen your realm within for myself, yes, you indeed possess a most intriguing character. Good morning. The fresh and...
Some of the greatest heroes come from the humblest of origins. I think that the same goes for good food, too. There's an intimacy and charm to humble roadside stalls that no fancy restaurant could hope to replicate. Plus, you get to try food from a bunch of different chefs in the same place. The question is, which place shall we start with? Any recommendations? Hey, buddy! Good to see you again. Ah, this place is dope, and so huge! Are you kidding me? Isn't it obvious? Well, I don't know how you haven't noticed, but I totally love it here. I mean, you built this whole place from the ground up. How cool is that? To get specific, though, here's 3 reasons why I dig this place. It's fun, chill, and I can sleep with both eyes closed. You got that from me, didn't you? Anyway, look, I want to level with you. In my mind, there's a fine line between graciously accepting the hospitality of your host and being a leech. Now, I know you won't let me pay any rent while I'm here, because we're friends and all, but I will at least insist on making myself useful. So if you catch me cleaning or gardening at any point, don't try and stop me. Ha! Knew you'd say that. But if all I am is a guest, does that mean you want me to treat this like a hotel? Or would you rather I made myself at home? Okay, so do you have any objection to me cleaning up after myself while I'm in my own home? I'll give you to the count of 3 to raise any objections. Ready? 3! Okay, great, no objections. Glad that's settled.
Wait. Huh?
here. Do you need help with anything? Have you been doing well lately? Oh, come on. Tell me all about it. Oh, this is much livelier than my place. But it also isn't quite the bustling hive of activity the wharf is. Of course. Oh, come on. You don't have to worry about me. You see, Master has taught me that when in an abode, do as the Adepti do. Wait. I think it's the guests should go along with their host. But whatever the case, I love it here. I just hope I'm not imposing. If you don't mind, I'd like to stay here and, you know, accompany you for a while.
Oh, look who it is. To what do I owe the honor? Or did you just need my help? Morning. You don't seem to have...
Oh, good. Do you need help? Sure. I love chatting. It's always fun, no matter who I'm talking to. Well, such as... cranes. I encountered a very beautiful crane once while washing radishes by a brook. It had many colorful feathers. It was so pretty to look at. I called out to it, and to my surprise, the crane could speak. Wow, you got that without any hints. How did you guess? I guess the term smart cookie was made just for you, huh? Nice one. Auntie Cloud Retainer and I had a great time chatting, and then we ate the shredded radish salad that I made. She also told me a lot of interesting stories. Eventually, she declared that we had been fated to meet and gave me Uruguay. She made it using her very own mechanical arts, you know? Adeptus arts, mechanics. I'm really amazed by her many powerful and practical skills. Oh, let's go talk to her together sometime, shall we? Oh, good. Do you need help? Are you interested in finches? I think they sing very beautifully. And I can sing too, by the way. Yeah. In the past, while my parents busied themselves planting herbs, I would often run off into the hills and forests to play. And there was one time I encountered a large finch teaching a smaller finch how to sing. The big finch would sing a line, the small finch would follow along, and so would I. Sure, can't say no to that. And to thank you for taking me under your wing, allow me to teach you the Song of the Finches. Don't worry, it's way easier than learning to use a spear. Oh, don't worry. Master taught me this thing called, understanding by analogy. I want you to see this as just us having some fun, not studying a difficult class or anything. So let's do it like this. I'll sing a line and you'll follow after me. Don't sweat the other stuff. I'll make the arrangements.
This route...
This is a truly exceptional design. The architectural style borrows from the Tri-Commission mansions, and the general arrangement is very aesthetically pleasing. The familiar environment makes me feel right at home, and good company only adds to the exquisiteness of the occasion. Truly delightful.
Impressive. This courtyard is every bit as striking as the headquarters of the Tenryou Commission. Maintaining an orderly residence incentivizes us to adhere also to the rules that give order to our lives. I must commend you for your insight in having discerned this principle.
Hello. Good timing. I have a job that needs doing, and you are the only one who can do it. Just wanted to see how you'd react. Most definitely. I have seen furnishings like these plenty of times before, though I don't believe I've seen them arranged in this particular fashion. The layout is clearly inspired and thoroughly distinctive. Simply marvelous. In fact, I'm inclined to have the Yashiro Commission headquarters remodeled in this style. Would you object to overseeing the project and making sure everything is to the right specifications? What gave it away? My acting skills appear to have deteriorated. In any case, this place is refreshingly different. You may find me visiting you here quite often. Hello. Good timing. If you wish to chat, then by all means, let's chat. What's on your mind? I had thought you'd be inquiring about more personal matters. You don't need to worry about me being overworked. Case in point, I still have the energy to chat with you here. People tend to find work draining if they haven't yet discovered what they are trying to protect. I, at least, don't have this problem. I am flattered beyond belief to receive your praise and concern for my well-being, but you needn't worry. At present, there is no one more suitable than I to be in the position of Yashiro Commissioner. Hello. Good timing. Have you ever taken a dog for a walk? Yes, where you stroll together with a canine companion. Dogs are instinctually loyal, but no matter how well-behaved a dog might be, it gets unhappy if it's cooped up in the same place for too long. Bringing it outdoors and watching it run free and enjoy itself is a splendid way to relax. It puts you in a good mood. Don't you want to try? Raring to go, I see. All right then. If you have any reservations starting out, we can treat this as a practice area. Once you've reached the point where you're able to enjoy it, we can head out onto the streets, drinking some milk tea and walking the dogs. I wouldn't be surprised if it causes some commotion. Not that I mind, of course.
We meet again? Huh. Going to bed at If so, if there's nothing...
Wow, this place is so neat and tidy. It's basically perfect. There's nothing for me to do here at all. In which case, let's play instead. I'll get Uruguay to hide somewhere and you try to find it. I play this game with my friends a lot.
This house is similar to a place in southwest Mainline that I lived in for a while. Mainline. Now that was a smooth operation. Thinking back on it puts me in a good mood. I should go back and give that place a spring clean sometime. Never know when it might prove useful again.
Something about this place feels familiar. This campsite's layout is similar to the example provided in the first version of the Knights of Favonius Reconnaissance Manual. You're amazing. How did you manage to remember all these little details? I'm just in awe. traveler. You know, I feel livelier after hearing your voice. Yes, I love it. This place is amazing, beautiful, and peaceful. There's so many wonderful things I've never seen before. I doubt there's any other place in Teyvat that can compare to this. Even if you just give me a tiny tent, I'll still be super comfortable here. Oh, but if I'm gonna be camping outside, I'll have to trouble you for some firewood to make a campfire. Thank you. I hope me being here isn't too much of an imposition. If there's anything I can help with around here, please do let me know. I used to spend a lot of time cleaning and tidying the house and yard. That was a while ago, but I'm probably still okay at it. Oh, that's extremely kind of you. Thank you ever so much. I guess I should stop with all the formalities before I ruin the mood. All right, I'll make myself at home then. I want to do a detailed survey of this place. I'll do my best to understand your design philosophy. That way, I can help you out if you ever need it.
This shrine looks somewhat familiar. Is this what it means to reminisce? So be it. The sensation is not a disagreeable one.
I can tell you've put a great deal of thought into decorating the study, the potted plant in particular. It's refined and elegant in appearance, but still carries with it a subtle hint of the wilderness. For those who spend extended periods of time at their desk, it's no doubt a relaxing sight. Taking care of the mind is an important part of healthy living. In that sense, the layout of your study is an ideal one.
Ooh! I can definitely whip up tons of great meals with all these kitchen implements. Oh, don't you worry. I've learned a thing or two from Xiangling. Even Master really enjoys my food. Is there anything you'd like to eat? Just tell me, and I'll make it for you right away.
A dojo. So, you pursue distinction in the martial arts. Clearly, the Muso no Hitotachi has sharpened your resolve. Those who strive for perfection are to be commended.
This realm...
If you ever...
This realm...
If you ever...
This realm...
If you ever...